Hey guys, it's Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you another Pokemon Build series video. Today we have Dewgong, who is a water ice type, and it's kind of like a play on Dewgong. Like this Pokemon is spelled Dewgong. But how do you even spell the other Dewgong? I don't know, but like the little, it's like the little ugly seal. It's not a seal, but like. It's a cute ugly. I love them. They're little creatures. But the Pokemon is apparently a sea lion. Yeah, it's a little seal. It's very cute. Got two little cute tusks. It's even got a tiny little horn. It might not be a horn. It might just be like a bit of. I don't know if seals have fluff or blubber or like what. I mean, I know they have blubber, but like what? Like I'm pretty sure it's some sort of like waterproof fluff. Fur type coating, but it might be just a bit of that coat sticking up, but it also could be a horn. But yeah, it's a very cute looking sea lion like Pokemon, and I thought, you know what would be really fun would be to do like an Arctic research station, because I imagine, yeah, being in an Arctic research station, you'd see a lot of Arctic creatures, or Antarctic creatures, depending on if you're in the... Yeah, anyway, that doesn't matter. Point is, go either extremely north or extremely south, you'll probably see these really cute animals. You know, in some places you'll see, like, polar bears and penguins, and other places you'll see foxes, and again, it depends on if you're actually, like, on those continents, or if you are in... Like, because there's islands and stuff that are, like, really close, and people study from those islands or from those countries that are really close by and not necessarily actually in the Arctic. But yeah, I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this build. It's a pretty it took me about 2 hours to do this build, so it was a pretty long build, but again, I had a really fun time with it. So yeah, like I said, it's an Arctic research center. It has bedrooms that are like little dorm rooms, I guess. Bathrooms. It has a big kitchen area, dining area, some outdoor seating, which, I mean, if the weather was really bad, you probably wouldn't be out there, but you know, if it's good enough and you want to sit out, you can do that. And then yeah, it's got some research rooms, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun, and I did enjoy it. I also, so the bottom half of this place is the living, and the top half is the research. But yeah, I had a lot of fun kind of going in and getting it done. You'll kind of see there are sections that I do this. And I guess the main way to tell the section is if I zoom all the way out and I'm having like a top-down look. That's usually where I've paused, and then I can come back and then I zoom back in and continue with whatever I'm doing. So this was actually recorded in 4 parts, I'm not gonna lie. I did finish it this morning, so this is the day that I actually leave for the wedding. We're leaving in a couple of hours, so I thought, yeah, I might just jump in, record it, get it done, get it finished, and yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun and exciting. By the time you guys see this video, I should be back. I probably will arrive back maybe an hour before this video goes live. So yeah, I'll probably be back, and the wedding will have been done. But yeah, after this I definitely need to go pack my bags. Gotta fill up all the food for the pets and whatnot. Like I said, Onion's staying behind. Onion's one of my roommates. To take care of the pets and whatnot, and yeah, it's very exciting. It's gonna be good to get away. I'm gonna bring my knitting with me. I was kind of tossing up, like, do I bring a book? Like, I'm gonna bring a book as well, but like, do I bring a book? Do I bring like a laptop to write on? Like, I'm not gonna be able to connect to the internet or anything, but I'll be able to write in it. Do I bring like my iPad to organize next month, sorry. Because again, like the way I organize it, it's just an online journal diary thing where I can write things down. I do much prefer to do that. So I don't like wasting paper. But I do have a little notebook as well for paper, so I might go in, I might bring that with me, but I probably won't, because it's supposed to be time for relaxing and whatnot. So yeah, I'll definitely bring my knitting. It's a bit of a drive to where we're going, so yeah, definitely going to be knitting on the way there. Probably listening to some music or something on the way there, and just relaxing and whatnot, and just taking a deep breath, because yeah, I feel like I do so much throughout the week that, like, it's just exhausting. But I'm also very keen for, like, you know, when I get back, I have a really good idea of how to kind of set up my time better, because yeah, I've kind of been a little bit all over the place with my time, but co-working streams have definitely been helping me. Obviously doing Sims builds during my streams, because I do stream some of the builds that I do, is definitely helpful. The days that I stream are the days I get most builds done, so I think I'm going to commit to a minimum of 2 Sims builds a week. I'm going to have one co-working stream maybe every second week, so I'll alternate between co-working and Sims, just depends on what I need. And then yeah, I'll keep my variety days so that we can play some fun other games. And I'm coming up with, like, a list of games to play and a list of things to do to alternate between, so that I can kind of have some fun with it. So I'm very, very keen for that. So yeah, there's just lots of fun little things for me to get in and organise and deal with and work on until I'm done, basically. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to get that sort of stuff done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I definitely will be relaxing and resting and reading and knitting and just having a good time. I think there might be a pool where we're going, potentially, but I think it might be too cold to swim. But, you know, swimming in the cold's actually good for you. Apparently it, like, shocks your body into, like, I don't know, it's I feel like good for mental health. It shocks your body into, I think it shocks your I was gonna say your nervous system. It's probably your nervous system, but, like, yeah, your nervous system, your immune system, it kind of, like, kicks it into gear a little bit, and it kind of wakes your body up, and then, yeah, when you get out and you get warm, you kind of relax, and it helps your mind relax a little bit as well, I guess. So maybe I'll bring some swimmers and go for some cold swimming, but I won't be getting my hair wet because I don't want to have to wash it. Already, I did the hairstylist yesterday. They cut and washed my hair. Oh my goodness. The hairstylist who did my hair, she gave me the most beautiful head massage. Like, it was a bit rough, but at the same time, when I was done, like, when she was done washing my hair, oh my goodness, my head just felt like, oh, it was beautiful. Like, I'm very sensitive with my skull, my brain, I guess. I do get a lot of headaches and things like that, and I was explaining that to her, like, I get a lot of headaches, especially when I wear my hair a certain way, but that's, like, my favourite way to wear it and whatnot. So yeah, we did have, like, a full-on conversation with it, but yeah, that massage, like, obviously she's got to massage the shampoo and conditioner and whatnot, and I have no idea what she put in my hair, but she just put stuff in my hair and massaged it, and it was beautiful. Also, like, this might sound weird, but when she was, you know, they pat your hair dry a little bit so that you're not dripping down the back of your clothes and all over the salon floor and whatnot before you get up from the sink to go back to your chair. And, you know, she was just patting it dry, but she just softly put her fingers in my ears, because water got in my ears, and she just, like, didn't jab or anything, but just, like, put it in, took her finger out, washed, like, dried the rest of my hair, and then did it one more time, and I really appreciate it. It was weird. It was super weird to have someone put their fingers in my ears. But she was very gentle, and it was very slow, so I wasn't, like, surprised by it. And I really appreciate that, because I hate water in my ears. It's like just cannot stand it. I hate it. So the fact that, yeah, she dried my ears for me, I do appreciate that. it's a part of, I guess, my OCD. I hate water on my face. I hate it in my ears. I hate it on my arms. I hate it, yeah, I don't know, I just, I hate water. I hate it being on me. It's so, like, ugh, if I choose to, like, for example, if I get in the shower because I want to wash myself, I don't care. It's not a problem. But, like, when water goes on me when I don't want to be, like, when I get rained on, or, like, if I get pushed in the pool, I have an anger-based reaction, to water. Like, it's still a phobia, but it's an anger-based phobia. Most people reckon, like, oh yeah, like, phobias are fear-based, but they can also be anger-based, which is why some people do lash out in anger when their fears are kind of confronted, like, it's kind of like it's pushed on them. So yeah, I have an anger-based phobia of water, and it's so weird to live with, because, like, certain circumstances, absolutely fine, not a problem. Like I said, I get angry if I get rained on, but really, it's not that. I get annoyed, I would say. Annoyed is probably the most I get, because, you know, it's whatever, like, I can't really avoid, I can't just tell the sky to stop raining and not get water on me, and, you know, I can use umbrellas and things like that, but, yeah, it's mostly, like, if people spray me with a hose, or, push me in a pool and things like that. I'm fully aware that, like, if you're going to get into a pool and you're adjust to the temperature, the best thing to do is just jump straight in. Like, if it's really, really, really cold, probably not a good idea, because your body can go into shock, but it's like, you know, if it's, when you first get in, it's freezing cold, but then when you're actually swimming around, it's actually quite nice. That sort of temperature, still, you cannot push me in. I've explained this to friends, and they're like, ever? You can't push you in ever? And I'm like, well, I'll let you know. Like, there's some days where I'm like, you know what, if we're having fun and silly and running around, you can, and I'm already, like, I've completely dunked my head underwater myself, and I've chosen to do that, then sure, like, I'll let you know, like, yeah, I don't mind getting in on the fun. But, like, I want to push people in the pool, so I have to recognize that, like, if I want to be able to do that, I need to be able to let them do that back to me. You know, it's fair. You know, there are some people out there who are like, I really don't care. I actually love being pushed in the pool. And I know you don't, so, you know, it's fine, whatever. And I'll ask them. I'll make sure, like, is it okay? I don't want to be pushed in. Is it okay if I push you in? Because I don't want there to be, like, a miscommunication and they push me in and I get angry and upset. So I do try and be reasonable about it and whatnot. Like, it's my issue. It's my problem. It's my thing to deal with. So I don't want other people feeling bad or guilty for my problem and issue, and that's why, yeah, just very clear and open with it. But the other thing about it is, like, I don't really like certain objects because of perceived hygiene issues. I mean, for example, bins, they're dirty. They've got rubbish in it. They've got, like, you know, people put food scraps and stuff like that and whatnot. Like, that stuff's dirty. That makes sense. So I will always wash my hands after touching any bin, any way, shape, or form. But there are also other things like dogs. You know, you could have a brand new, like, straight out of the bath, like, you just washed your dog, absolutely hygienic, they haven't licked their butt or anything, like, whatever, and I'll still more than likely go wash my hands. I just, you know, some things are irrational. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to live with, and I'm glad that it's only subclinical OCD, because I can manage it on my own. I mean, that's what subclinical is. If you have any sort of, I guess, yeah, mental illness or disorder that you can manage on your own, it's subclinical, because you don't need clinical help to deal with it. And I think the reason why is because I've grown up my whole life like this, and people around me have been like, here is what we're reasonable, like, it's what reasonable to deal with, and, like, here are the things that are probably a little bit extreme, you know. And that's why with the whole pool thing, that's why I explain it to people who I'm going to go swimming with who maybe don't know, and why people who do know me already know, like, what's okay and what's not. So yeah, it's I'm very lucky that it's subclinical, and it does, like, some people are fascinated by that, and they have lots of questions, and they love to, like, ask about it and whatnot. So I do like to I guess, inform people on it, because for me it's not a negative thing. It's just a part of who I am, and it's a curious little interesting thing about me, I guess. And there are other parts of it that do kind of cause some issues and whatnot here and there. Like when I lived at uni, we had rotating chores, and one of them was obviously take the bins out, and I couldn't just like not take the bins out on my week, because A, I would get fined for that. It was an $80 fine, and B, you just don't, like, you've got to help out, you've got to be whatever. But my issue was the first group of people I lived with left it for so long, and they would skip doing the bins that, like, it would get really gross. I'm not going to go into details because I will start feeling sick and gagging. Like, it was that bad. That I think a person who doesn't care about germs and bins would probably also be like that. So, yeah, not going to go into it, but the next group of people I moved in with, I explained it to them, and I was like, please just take the bins out when it's your turn. Like, I can't deal with that again, because I honestly nearly had a full-blown mental breakdown. I think most people would, like, it's like, it was so disgusting. And they were like, yeah, like, of course we're going to take the bins out. That's, like, it's our chore, we have to. So, yeah, that from that second group onwards, and I lived with, I feel like from the second group I lived with onwards, I kind of just, like, stayed with, like, okay, this second group here, I've lived with this person, we're going to go to this third group here, and we've collected a few more people, and, like, in the end, it was just, like, a little group of us who moved around, and we all worked together, and we all knew what was, like, okay and what was not okay, and we made it work. It was really, really good, and, we ended up doing, like, lots of group nights where we would, make food, like, we'd all buy our own food, but we would make it together, and, like, oh, hey, I've run out of cheese, do you mind if I borrow some cheese, or like, it was a good little community, a good little group, and it was really, really nice. And we tried to include some of the other people in our flat who, like, people who didn't end up going with us to the next one and whatnot, and they're just doing their own thing, they weren't really interested, and we were fine with that. Like, it's like, we'll offer, but if you don't want to take that offer, that's up to you. It's, at the end of the day, like, you're not going to be forced into this group, but you're also not going to be excluded from this group. And again, like, these people had their own little groups that they would go off and hang out with those people and whatnot, and it was good to we could still chat with these people. Some people we did have problems with, but other ones were, like, happy to just chill and chat and whatever and study together and whatnot, but, at the end of the day, we weren't, like, best friends or whatever, so, I don't know, it was a good little, not everyone was buddy-buddy, and, like, if there was ever drama or whatever, there wasn't, because we were just, our little friend group, and if you wanted to be involved, we're happy to include you. So yeah, it was good, it was interesting, it was fun, I did thoroughly enjoy it. But yeah, the long and the short of it is, it's a very curious thing to live with, and again, there are people out there without anything, like, who are just, I guess neurodivergent is the right word, not mentally ill, not neurodivergent, who do have these oddities as well. Like, everybody has their weird little odd thing that they do, and, no matter how normal you think you are in your own life, there are people who would maybe come into your life and be like, that's really weird, but you would look at them and go, that's really weird. And that's what I love about humanity, is we're just a bunch of weird little creatures, the weird little beings who have our own little habits, and that's what makes you, and that's what makes me, and I think if we were all the same, life would be so boring, because it would just be so cookie cutter. I mean, I've noticed on the street that I live on that the houses are very cookie cutter, and I'm really starting to not like it, because I think it was yesterday we were driving, and because I've noticed it, I've been paying more attention to it, and I counted 6 houses in a row that were the exact same front of exact same front. The same windows, the same window sizes, the same placement of everything, but the only difference was, like, okay, maybe the window frames were a different colour, the roof was a different colour, this one's brick, this one's whatever, like, it was all different colours, but it was the same shape house. There were even a couple that were reversed, and then there was, like, a house, but there were 6 in a row, and then there was a couple other houses, and there were a couple more of that same first, like, it's just, it's, yes, driving around some of these areas, it's like somebody created maybe, like, 20 houses, and people get to pick from those 20 houses and just personalize them. Like, okay, you picked house number 15, and you picked it with a red roof, and, sandstony yellow bricks. But, you know, George down the street picked house number 15, and he's got a blue roof and red bricks. And it's the same house. Oh, but don't worry, you've got a sandstony wood frame for your windows, and George has got a brick window frame. I don't even know if brick window frames are a thing, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just, I mean, I build a lot in The Sims. I love the different things we can build, and it's so unique and different and fun, and I live in Cookie Cutter Row. I mean, I think the house that I live in right now is not. I don't think I've seen the same house. But yeah, a lot of the houses, like, I remember I was at the front of the house and I was just looking, you know, we'll sit at the front and just enjoy the breeze and the air and, you know, looking around and things like that. We've got a good little view as well. And yeah, I realized I was looking at one house and just looking at, I love looking at houses, so I was just looking at the details of it, whatever, and then I kind of just let my gaze wander and I realized, that house there, that's the same house. And that was the first moment I realized it was the same house, and that was like a month ago. And now that's all I notice. I mean, there's certain areas when we go driving that I see that are like, yes, okay, those houses are the exact same. Like, you can see like the backs of houses on one of the main roads, and it's just the same house. Copy, like, they're not even different bricks. Maybe they'll have slightly different brick colours. Maybe they'll have slightly different roof colours. Maybe like, they've got like a little undercover spot and then a little backyard spot, and by little I mean tiny. Maybe it's on the, like, the undercover bit's on the left, maybe it's on the right, and it's just like, it's the same I'm looking at the same house. There's no creativity, there's no differences. So yeah, kind of I don't like that. But sometimes when you do drive past, you'll see, like, okay, there's a house that has been built there since, like, the dawn of time, and it's never changed, and it's a cute little quaint house, or it's an ugly house, or it's a beautiful house. Like, it's different, and that's what I just want to see different. I want to see new, I want to see different, I want to see special, I want to see boring. Like, I want to mix. I think, I do understand some people like to move to neighborhoods and it's just all like cookie cutter and nice. And you know what? If that's what you want, absolutely, you go for it, you know? These suburbs exist for you. But I don't like it. I don't want to live in a cookie cutter suburb. I don't mind if some houses are the same, but I want to see some weird fun houses, you know? I want to see beautiful architecture. I want to see random things. I want to see people with, like, these big gorgeous gardens that are just so teeming with life, and it just feels like here it's just, yeah, very cramped, very boring, and I'm not a huge fan of it. But I feel like, unfortunately, that's just what a lot of new places are. It's either, I would say new places, but, like, that's what a lot of places are becoming. Even if it's, like, a really old established place, like, the only houses that aren't being knocked down and rebuilt are the heritage homes. You know, like, older homes are being knocked down to replaced with, like, these huge apartment buildings and whatnot. And I just want to see a pretty home. Like, even if it's older style and it's got some problems and maybe it's a little run down, I don't mind. Like, we can give that house a little TLC, it's fine, but it's like, I just want to see these different beautiful homes, please. But anyway, I could ramble and rant on about that forever, but I think I've I think I've made my point. We are getting kind of close to the end here. I'm not gonna lie, this part here that I'm doing, I did really late last night, so if that looks like I'm just kind of placing things down and hoping for the best, it kind of did feel like that last night. It was kind of just like, I don't know, couches are good, people sit on couches, and that's as far as my little brain could go. You know, coffee table, people use coffee tables. let's just sort out this room here. And that's basically all I could do with this build. It was just hope and pray for the best, because I was so tired. And yeah, I just wanted to get in and get these things done. I was like, I just put these things here. I don't know, I don't even know what this is. Let's just tidy this room up. So yeah, I do end up tidying the room up. I also moved this room and copy and paste it over. So you'll see I did copy and paste the other rooms as well, because I didn't really see the point in making different new weird rooms. Like it's an aesthetic build. It's not going to be used, I doubt. I mean, let me know if you do use this build. I would absolutely think that's amazing and fantastic. But I didn't aim for it to be a usable build, you know. I aimed it for it to just kind of be a fun build for the sake of this Pokemon. I feel like a lot of these Pokemon are kind of fun for the sake of being fun. And I love that. I love just building for the sake of it. And, you know, here's a weird and wacky thing I build, because why not? And I'm kind of just, yeah, not really interested in building cookie cutter. I mean, I'll give it a go every once in a while. I think that would be fun. But, yeah, cookie cutter builds all the time are definitely not my thing. So I do apologize if you are hearing random distant drumming noises. One of my roommates is a drummer, and they do have a drum kit, and for some reason they're drumming at, I mean, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, that's fair. But yeah, I don't know why they're drumming now. At least they're being very quiet, because they could be a lot louder, and I'm just really, really hoping that they don't get louder. But anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of going around putting some finishing touches in. I put more bathrooms in, so that if you do end up playing with this build, that there are bathrooms all around, because originally there was only one bathroom. There was only the bathroom in the living spaces, but I put a little toilet sink area in near the workspaces, and is that it? Is that all I put? Oh, I put them in the middle of the living spaces as well. So if you're in like the dining area room, you don't have to go from one end of the build all the way to the other. You just have to go halfway, and there's some bathrooms there as well. And I think one of them has a shower because it's off the gym. But yeah, we're pretty much at the end here. Just go around and putting some landscaping in, which I originally wasn't going to do, but I'm glad I did. I'm so glad that I did. It looks so much better with the landscaping. But yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, or listen to me ramble more, you can definitely feel free to do that by subscribing, because I do come out with a video almost every single day, just not the last couple of days of February. I only do 26 builds in February for the A to Z challenge, which is also the only time I get to use CC. So this challenge is no CC. It's not a challenge, it's a series, but that challenge does. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.